hope this isn't the coronavirus. I'll be doing reviews of all the books. So, Haunted. Hey guys, my name's Gloria and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm very tired and I was off work sick, so that's what I'm working with today. I'd also like to point out that makeup is something that's difficult. I think that's why they call them makeup artists, because it's not something your average dingus like me should be doing. But I attempted to do a rainbow look today for our LGBTQIA prompt, and it got a little messy. It definitely got a little messy, but it's here now. It's on my face, and I could not be arsed changing it. So for today, I wanted to do a review of the first prompt from the Ladies of Horror Fiction Readathon, which was LGBTQIA+. I found my flag under a load of crap in the cupboard. And the book that I chose for this prompt was The Possession of Natalie Glasgow by Hailey Piper. I'm actually mutuals with Hailey Piper on Twitter, and thankfully, I'm definitely glad to know that she's not going to be unfollowing me after this video, because it was good. The basic synopsis, the basic premise of the book, which was surprisingly short by the way. It was like less than an hour to read, I think. I thought it was a novel, but it was more of a novella. Normally, when I really like something, I sort of wish that it was longer, but when a novella is written well, it's just as long as it needs to be, so I don't think this needed to be any longer, but I really enjoyed the story. The main synopsis of the book, of the story, is it's your typical exorcism story. Just this week I watched all 3 Exorcist movies, so I have exorcism on the brain, but generally I have demon exorcism on the brain because it's one of my favourite tropes in horror. But this story starts off with Heather, the mother of Natalie, who is trying to seek help for her daughter, who is having these strange fits at night and seems to radiate waves of heat. She'll get up in the middle of the night and stomp around and eat raw meat, you know, your usual 11-year-old girl things. But she's enlisted some help from a woman called Margaret, who might be a midwife, might be a witch doctor, but she's got some sort of ties to the church because she's trying to convince the church that it's a real exorcism with your holy water and your weird archaic languages. But those tests don't go so well, and it turns out that it may not be your average run-of-the-mill demon possession exorcism story. I'm not going to give any spoilers to the end of the book or anything, but I will say that I definitely did not expect the twist. I definitely didn't expect the ending at all. It was, I don't want to say it was much of it wasn't a shock, because it was so well written that everything was seeded really well. That's one of the things in this story that I think Piper did really well, was that everything was kind of seeded. You were given a little nugget, and as a reader you could see that it was important, but you couldn't see why yet. And once the twist happened, you were like, oh yeah, that's why that was so important. Which is, in my opinion, the right way to do it. And so the twist, it was strange. The writing is fast-paced, but not like breakneck speed. It was visceral. The beginning, you start off right in the action where the mother and Margaret are just about to witness and record Natalie in one of her nighttime wanderings. It really did creep me out. This little girl who growls like a demon, sort of running at these women. It was really creepy. It wasn't over the top or anything either. You know, there are staple things in this that are like a lot of other exorcism stories, but she made it her own as well, and it wasn't corny. I thought the writing was really immersive as well. It was very well done. A lot of great metaphors in there, a lot of great imagery. The characters were rich and believable, and the actual story itself, like I said, was familiar, but there were other layers to it. She made it her own, and it was a possession story that I really liked. Possession's one of my favourite things. Yeah, thumbs up on this one. I also really liked the fact that it was very female centric. You have the mother, you have the possessed girl, you have Margaret who's trying to help her, and that's the three main characters pretty much. There's a couple of doctors that she sees that aren't very helpful, as we know in these situations. But it was very female centric. There's no priest needed. It was just a midwife witch doctor, which, you know, I definitely prefer my child to be seeing that than a priest these days, you know. The book was great. It was short, it was sharp, it was memorable, and the characters were really well fleshed out even in such few words. The ending was definitely unexpected and it was different, and I'm really glad I read it. I'm really glad I picked it up, and I might not have picked up this particular one, at least not in such the immediate future, if it weren't for this prompt. So thank you, Ladies of Horror Fiction, for giving me new ideas for new books. So that was the first prompt, and I'm looking forward to the next one, which is Women of Colour, and I'll be reading The Between by Natalie. I'll leave a card up top for my TBR for the whole Ladies of Horror Readathon, which I did. You can check out what other books I plan on reading. This was a great start. I really like this book, so I'm hoping that I'll really like all of the books that I read. Like and subscribe down below if you like what I'm doing here, and also if you struggle with your own eyeshadow, and I will see you in the next video with me and Sally, and hopefully a little bit more energy.